Hello everybody. So today I've got a little bit of a confession to make. I have always been into yoga, probably since I was about 16 years old, and reading books and doing it from just, reading in my own textbooks and what people knew that I met. I didn't really go to classes, but then in my early 20s I started going to classes, and then I ended up doing an awful lot of different yoga practices, going to many different teachers, and in my early 40s I went to train in India to become a teacher. And the weirdest thing is that I was always really good at maintaining my own personal practice until I did the training in India. And it was really weird, it just totally killed it for me. I'm really ashamed to say that I stopped having a routine with any pranayama, meditation or yoga from about 2015, 2016. Well, 2016 actually is when I did my teacher training course. And I don't know exactly why, unless I just overdid it. But we did have a really radical, extreme, I think, teaching structure, and our teacher was very strict and pushed us to what I would call the ceiling, the max. We were doing between 10 and 12 hour sessions in the end. We'd start at 5 in the morning and we wouldn't finish till 2 in the afternoon. That's not exactly 12 hours, but that was an average. But no, it was pretty intense. And when I say training, I'm talking that is the entire time. There was no breaks. When we were training at the end to do our examination practice, where we would have to present, so then we would be practicing our teaching practical examination role. So it would be, rotating throughout the class. So we literally were doing back-to-back hour classes with different people instructing us as our practice. And I just think that was really unhealthy. And not only that, it killed it for me. Anyway, my point is that, all of this time that's been, I think, most paramount and important to have a practice in the last 5 years, I felt really ashamed that I didn't. Not really. I would randomly do yoga. I wouldn't do it every day. I wasn't like straight on the mat first thing in the morning, woohoo, I feel excited. No. But I was, from my own motivation, throughout my 20s and 30s, and nobody pushed me, I just did it because I wanted to. But as soon as I got pushed into, an extreme situation, I just didn't want to do it anymore. Anyway, where am I going with all this? Well, where I'm going is never do anything unless you want to. Never feel forced, never feel pressured, and never do something out of an obligation. I think that's my point here, is that it's never healthy to do that. So people go, I feel like I should do yoga. I feel like I need to do it. I feel like my body should do that. It will feel good. And I think at this time, with the lockdown, and people are having so much more free time and thinking, I want to do something really proactive and healthy for my life and change my lifestyle. It is a great opportunity to do that, but it has to come from within. It has to come from your heart. It has to be a stirring in you that is inspiring you to do it because you really want to do it, because it feels exciting and new. And I just think that no one will ever find a positive practice out of forcing yourself to do something. So really, I guess what my advice is find something on YouTube that really resonates with you. A teacher, a practice. There's so much out there, and try and tune into that. And if you don't like one, don't think, oh, I hate yoga. There's so many different styles of yoga. There's loads now. If you don't like that style, you don't like that teacher, you don't like that particular sequence or that, don't be put off by that. Just go and find something else. Because there's so many different types, and I go online and I might feel like, oh, I'll do vinyasa, one day, and then I'll do yin the other day, and I'll do kundalini. And you know, some practices aren't for everyone at all. Some people hate kundalini yoga, you know. And sometimes I'll do like a Bikram yoga. I don't like Bikram actually, but sometimes it's good. If it's really hot outside, you can really do Bikram in a great way. It's basically hot yoga. But other times I just really like doing Shivananda, a lot of devotional practice, bhakti yoga, which is, you know, mantras, chanting. It just really depends on what your mood is. And I think the important thing is as well is to be really authentic with it. I mean, a lot of the time, even I'll see, you know, there's got to be humor and everything, but I'll see a yoga teacher and they're like, okay. And I'm not taking the piss out of anyone. I don't mean to. But, you know, it's just, it looks just so fake and false and superficial, and there's no meaning behind it, you know. And you go, now we're going to do this, you know, and it's like, you just got to flow and be real, you know. I mean, this is about being real. It's about finding who you are. And I really, if I don't do physical practice of yoga, then doing the pranayama breathing or meditation or even mantras is great. Even some mudras, you know, this is a mudra. Mudras, this is a feeling of well-being and general peace. So, you know, even if you just sit like that, you're like, hi, I feel great now. You know, it's just all these simple things. It's just mindfulness. It's just bringing the attention to parts of your body that you probably wouldn't have done before, and just being in that moment and being in that present moment. Yeah, when I do OMs, I really feel the resonance, you know. At first I thought, what the hell is all this OMing, you know? It's like, what? You know, why do we have to do an OM at the beginning of every yoga class, you know? And bringing the heart into prayer. But actually it really works. And if you practice this to begin with, this is how I got really into it, in the bath. Yeah, you close your ears and you go underneath into the water, you know, and you just start omming. Obviously your mouth's outside of the water and your nose so you can breathe. But you can really hear the resonance of the om because your ears are underneath water, and even though they're closed, you can really hear that om penetrating your whole body. And it really is like, it buzzes you. You become more alive. You just feel that every single part of the frequency of the om is touching every part of you, your whole entire being, mind, body and soul. And that sounds like really kind of, you know, what do you call it, cliche and all that stuff. But it is a bit cliche. Like I said, I've been into this stuff for a long time, and it's almost like I've come out the other end. I've been my natural rebel, you know. When I was really young, I was into all the stuff when nobody else was, and then the more that people got into the stuff, the more I went, oh God, I've got to do something else now. Maybe I'll just start wearing makeup and, you know, driving a sports car and stuff. I mean, seriously, I just kind of went the other way. But I'm not saying that's the right way. The right way is what feels right for you. And there is no rhyme and reason to that. It's just what feels right to you. Anyone and everyone is an individual to do exactly what they want. So I don't subscribe to this whole thing of a hippie or a new age person or a conscious being dresses like this or does these things or is a vegan or isn't that. You know, that's just like, no, none of it. You know, that's all judgment and crap that we need to get rid of. And so keeping a daily practice really helps us to focus on what? It helps us to focus on who we are, and what we want to become. That's the main essence of it. And I'm getting so much bombardment via email, Facebook, WhatsApp, blah, 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 about, oh no, this world's changing, you know, there's so much control, and it's this, and it's that, and, you know, like I said, about 5G, and they want to do this to us, and there's so much confinement and imprisonment, and we don't have freedom anymore, and da-da-da. Okay. Seeing as we have this huge portal open at the moment, Jupiter and Pluto have been, like, conjoined and creating this huge energetic portal. What do we do with portals like that? We manifest. We manifest our reality. We bring in and attract what we want. So whatever reality, and I've probably said this before in other videos, whatever reality you want to see in this world, then you bring it in. You literally bring it through into your being. That's it. So if anyone is going to carry on focusing on fear and what's going to happen, and they're doing this and they're doing that, then you're creating it. You're going to start creating that reality, because even if it wasn't there, or even if it was there, you're only generating more of that energy and feeding it. So, you know, it's like that. There's that little meme, isn't there? Don't feed the fears. You know, like, don't feed the ducks kind of thing. Don't feed your fears. Do not continue to perpetuate a situation that may be there in a very small dose or quantity or whatever. It's like we have to detract from that and do more of what we want. So bringing in the positive, bringing in the fresh light and love of the universe, and generating it into something we want, and manifesting our reality. Abraham Hicks, I love the channeled message that Esther brings through with the people of Abraham, or the beings of Abraham. I feel like that's probably the most accurate thing that I listen to. It's true, everything she says. Like, there's nothing wrong with our world. Everything is actually as it should be. Everything is perfect if we just see beyond the illusion. The illusion, as I've said before, will break. The illusion will fall. The veil will fall. And I have dreams about it all the time. The veil is falling. And the reason it's falling is because we are now living in this time of lockdown where we can just generate and manifest exactly what we want. Every single day I wake up, I'm like, yes, I feel free, because I'm not having to, you know, go out and work. I don't have to go and do this. I'm not a little robot that has to go and do. We're now free in our consciousness. We're free in our mind to believe and think what we want, because everyone else is busy doing something else. You know, like the health system or this or that. And you can think it's control, that they're trying to control us, but nobody's there putting a device on me or standing at my door saying, you need to think this. I'm actually free to think what I want. And we are connecting, okay, so much more. And I watched this really strange thing about the cabal yesterday. I'd never really heard of the cabal, or this Q thing. And I just thought, what is that? I'd never heard such a crock of poo, you know, doo-doos. But I really did, and I was just like, whatevers, you know, like, talking about time travel and all that. I'm like, yeah, of course we time travel. We astral travel and time travel. Our beings, our souls, can leave the body whenever we want to. Through meditation, that's, you know, levitation, or we leave our body, astral travel in our sleep. And we go places and we meet and we do things and we can converse with each other. I can go and visit my friend in Bulgaria, and I can go and visit my family in America, or my friend down the road in my sleep. And we can have a nice conversation together. And it's lovely. And honestly, I've been doing that for ages in my life. I don't know why. I don't know why I've been born with these weird, you know, skills and gifts. I just have. And maybe that's why I'm here giving out the message of stop feeling like you aren't powerful enough to live your life how you want to. I know we've been suppressed. I know we've been told we can't do this and that. It's not that we've actually been told that. It's just that we've never been encouraged to believe we could do otherwise. And I was lucky. I grew up in a very spiritual family where grandparents were incredibly spiritually powerful and strong, and they encouraged all of those things in me and gave me the books and the tools and taught me things from a very young age about healing, about astral travel, about consciousness, you know, about the chakras, about, you know, energy, everything, about good nutrition, about food. You know, all of this is in our control. We can eat well, we can juice, we can cleanse our bodies, cleanse our minds, and you know, and our spirit. The sun is shining, it's beautiful, we can be out in our gardens, we can just feel the joy of life, you know, and not actually get wrapped up in this is what's happening in the world and it's trying to do this to me. I don't know if the word paranoia is really strong enough, actually. What is that? That's weird. See, now that's strange, because I don't even know what that is. And that's like, not even behind me, but that's something weird. So, okay. That looks like a fish or something, right? Ah! It's a piece of material falling on the camera. That was funny. Anyway, I'm going to show you 3 things that can help you with this. You could probably order it online, but I already have them. But if anyone has any essential oils or herbs, frankincense, Rose, and Neroli. And yes, doTERRA, you're so lucky I'm advertising your products. I really find that every day I use one of them or even all three, but I kind of like just tune in. And I just do that, you know. I don't know which one is which, and I just like, oh, which one do I feel resonates with me the most? And it's that one. It's Rose today. So, but these are really powerful, uplifting oils. They heighten the senses, and they're really good with the consciousness growth. And they're also meant to be anti-aging, so that's always a bonus, right? So that's why I put it on the wrinkles. Putting something on the third eye, on the bones of the back of the ears is the best way to get it straight into, well, first of all, your nervous system. That felt nice. And literally into, your higher consciousness through the third eye. So I'm going to finish now with doing an Om. So I think this is a fabulous thing to do. Or if you just don't have any energy to do anything else, just tuning into the universe, and you want to tune into yourself and try and bring in positive thoughts and ideas and creativity, and just focus inward and try and manifest a new idea or a new concept in yourself of a new reality, is do an Om. So the reason this happens is because you're bringing all of your internal energies together, and then it's focusing up to the universe. And when you bring it into your heart, you create the heart-mind connection to the universe. Yeah? So that's why, that's the thing to do with this. It's the powerful thing to do. And then I'm sitting in rock pose, but you can sit in, rock pose is like just when you're sitting on your knees and your bum is on your heels. Otherwise you can do cross-legged, easy pose, whatever. Or just lie down. I mean, I think this is easier, not lying down. But I've done it lying down. And then breathing in through your nose. Always breathing in through the nose, because you're drawing in the positive light air outside of yourself. And then out through the mouth when you're breathing out, because that's all the stagnant, deoxygenated air that you want to get rid of, waste products, Okay, so breathing in, closing your eyes and drawing in. I was very conscious of the fact my shoulders were going up. You really just want to relax your shoulders down, away, completely from your ears, like bring it down. I really feel myself vibrating now. It feels really powerful. I don't know if anyone else feels it, but I do. And the reason you do the R, it's really much R, it's opening up the heart. And then ooh, that's all of the, between the heart, the solar plexus and the sacral chakra open, and then the base chakra. So you're connecting heart down to universe, and this is connecting you up to universe. So, you're vibrating. You're bringing down an energy from the universe straight into your being, straight into the earth, and like then become connected with the earth. But we can discuss that another time. But it's probably time for lunch, because it's 12:30 and that's lunchtime. Bye.